Hi, welcome back to chemistry. My name is Mr. Kubuske. If you ever need to get in touch with me, here's some contact information. You can follow me on Twitter. You can visit us at our class website or visit us at www.gocathedral.com. But today we're going to be talking about acids. Still in our naming section, so we're going to name two different groups of acids. The first one are called binary acids. Now what that means is that it's a hydrogen and then one other element. So there's only two elements total in this compound. That's why we call it binary, hydrogen and something else. Now, since it's an acid, it always starts with hydrogen. Anytime I see hydrogen at the beginning or a big H, I know it has to be an acid. Okay, that's a little trick for you as well. But we're going to talk about how to name these guys. Okay, so there's three simple steps to naming an acid. The first step, we're going to add a prefix hydro to whatever our element is, whatever this element is. Okay, so for example, I have H2S down here. So originally, just the S being a part of a compound would tell me that it has to be sulfide. Okay. Now, since I have a hydrogen at the beginning, I'm going to make it hydrosulfide. So I would put a hydro in the front of it. So that would be my name up to this point. But rule 2 tells me that I'm going to change the ending "ide" to an ending "ic." Now, sulfur is a weird one because you actually change more parts of the name, but make sure you say it out loud. It should make sense when I say it. So right now, my word would be hydrosulfuric. Hydrosulfuric. Okay? And then the third step is just going to add the word acid to the end of it. Now, when I go to name these as part of our worksheets and some of the things that we're doing in class, I still have to follow all my same steps and I still have to balance charges. So for example, H2S, the first symbol is an H. I don't have to put a symbol down here underneath it because it's a weird one. It means it's going to be an acid. So I can write the word acid down here, but I don't have to do anything else. Okay? An H is always a +1. The second symbol is an S. Okay, sulfur is a non-metal, and it has a charge of +2. So how many hydrogens do I need to balance the charges? Well, I need 2 of them, so I'll add another +1. So my common charge is plus or minus 2. That's why I have H2 over here. Now again, the name, I don't have to do anything with those numbers. I don't have to do anything else. Once it's balanced, I know I'm good to go. The name just becomes hydrosulfuric acid. Hydrosulfuric acid. Again, all my charges still balanced. The hydro at the front tells me that it's a binary acid. Hydrogen comes first, and then it's a non-metal. Okay? The second group are known as oxo-acids. Okay? Oxo-acids. And that's when it's a hydrogen and then a polyatomic ion. So there's more than 2 elements in an oxo-acid. It'll be like hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen, or hydrogen, chlorine, and oxygen, something like that. Okay, so it's a hydrogen and a polyatomic ion. Hydrogen still comes first because it's still an acid. There's only 2 rules to naming oxo-acids. They're actually a little bit easier because I don't need the hydro at the beginning. All I do is I change the ending of my polyatomic ion. If it ends in an 8, it now ends in an ic. If it ended in an ite, it now ends in an us. Okay, 8, ic, ite, us. If somebody walked in right now, they might think that I'm choking on a bone or something, okay? But 8, ic, ite, us. Okay, that's how that works. Step 2, you just add the word acid at the end. So for example, let's say I have H2SO4. Okay, H2SO4. Now SO4 is a polyatomic ion, so I always circle polyatomic ions. My first symbol is H. H is a +1. My second symbol is the polyatomic ion SO4. I put Pi down here, draw my little arrow, show the charge. SO4's charge is -2. So I need 2 hydrogens in order to do that, so it's plus or minus 2. And now I get to the name part. Now, I don't need a hydro like I did on the other side because this is a oxo-acid. So all I have to do is take the word for SO4, which is sulfate, and I just take the 8 off the end of it. So all it is sulfuric acid. Now you may say, well, you didn't just change it because it would have been sulfic. Okay, yeah, you're right, okay, but sulfur is a weird one. Again, you just have to make the word kind of sound right. So it's sulfuric. Just know that the 8 at the end is replaced by an ic, and then I say the word acid at the end. So if I just saw the word sulfuric acid, okay, you should know right at the top of your head that A, it has to start with hydrogen, but B, it's not hydrogen and sulfur. It's not HS, because if it was, what would the prefix be at the beginning? The prefix would be hydro, which is what we talked about over here on the binary side. Okay, for oxo-acids, Remember, they don't need a hydro, so that means that there has to be more than just H and S. There has to be something else, and then again, in this case, it's the SO4. Okay, so that's it. That's naming acids. If you have questions, please contact me, but there's lots of practice problems on the website. The answer keys are posted there as well, so you can check your work as you go. Remember, it's not for copying, it's for your benefit. Have a great day.